Good morning, Path to Warren podcast. This is Matt Warren. Today is Monday, February 8th, 2022. It is episode 337. Hope you're having a great day so far. It's a rainy Monday morning on the way to work. I showed up at Toastmasters this morning at my buddy JB's place called Crave. Showed up this morning. He and I both thought it was today, but nope. The Toastmasters was it's actually next Monday. So I was scheduled to speak and also be the Toastmaster of the day. So it helped me prepare my talk and get that ready to go. I've really gotten to where I like the Toastmasters a lot. I spent some time this weekend going through the website, learning the different paths and what I need to do to prepare for speech number 3. Speech number 3 is about vocal variety and body language. So getting out of my comfort zone with body language and trying to speak with highs and lows and quiet and with very good tone. Speaking with a lot of variety creates interest and keeps the listener listening. So I worked on a good speech all day yesterday, well, most of the afternoon yesterday. It was really quite cute. Around 4 o'clock, Maddie was wanting to get out of the house, and she really wanted me to take her to Tractor Supply. So we took the old truck, the old F-100 Ranger, and we went to Tractor Supply, just her and I. But beforehand, we rode around and dropped off some china that we were trying to get rid of and decluttering our house. We dropped off some plates over to Brooke's house, Megan's cousin. And we also dropped off Valentine's gifts for about 10 of Maddie's little friends. I pulled the old truck up in front of the house, and she would jump out and go deliver the little gifts, little gift bag. Such a great, productive weekend, though, and I'm glad all that happened. On Saturday, Megan had a wedding all day, so I took the kids. I took Maddie, and we invited 2 of her friends. We went to Altitude, which is like a trampoline park near our house. We had a really good time. I was able to work on my Google Drive while they played. So I got my Google Drive all organized with the files in the right folders, and I mean, it's not 100%, but it's a lot further along than it was. They played for about 2 hours, and then Maddie was able to go play at a friend's house, and I went home and worked with Mario for another 2 hours and a half or so till about 5 o'clock. And Mario helped me cut back the liriope. For those that don't know, now's the time. February is the time where you cut back your ornamental grasses, like your monkey grass, as they call it, or liriope. Now's the time to do it. Don't ever cut back mondo grass. Your mondo stays evergreen year-round, and I would not recommend ever cutting it back. However, your liriope, it really produces sprouts and new grass. These shoots start coming up around March. So we had a couple of days where it got warm, and I knew it might trigger these grasses to start coming up. Right now it's 35 degrees outside, so it's not warm at all. But once they start coming up, there's nothing stopping them. So that's my tip of the day, is to take the time in February, at the end of February. You might be asking, why would I not cut them back in the fall? And the answer is, you want them to live and you want them to look good as long as you can. You want them to look green and provide depth in the yard. little bit of height, color. You want them to stay as long as they can, but you want to make sure that you get them cut back before that new growth comes. If you don't cut them back, and you try to cut them back whenever there's, when that new growth starts to come up, if you cut off that top, what happens is for the rest of the season, all season long, the top of that liriope will look like you came and cut it off with scissors at the top. It'll grow about 12 inches long or so and then stop. But if you nick that top of the blade, it'll have this point that's cut off, and it looks horrible for the whole year. So it's so much easier. For example, Mario and I were able to use the weed eater to cut down these liriopes, and we got them down to like 3 or 4 inches. You don't want to get lower than that. If you get lower than that, you risk nicking the top of those grasses. But it's always important to get in there and look and see how tall they are to begin with. We also completed this weekend the cleanup of the 2 pecan trees that we had in our backyard. I don't know what will happen with these big trunks on the street. I did have a neighbor stop by who said that, hey Matt, that the city, they'll take everything, but they won't take these big trunks. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought they'd take everything. I mean, they take mattresses, they take refrigerators, they take everything, but I didn't know that they don't take trunks of a tree. That they take branches of all sizes and lengths. I think it'll be fine. I'm confident that machine will just come around with the big scoops, scoop it up and put it in the back of the truck, and roll on down the road. It's a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of big trunks. So we'll see. I'm really excited about today. We've got a new engineer starting. His name's Bob. Bob is a mechanical engineer. He's going to work under Jeff. He's got 25 years of machine design experience. So excited about that. One thing that I know I need to work on is, and I shared this with my accountability partner on Saturday morning. For some reason, I didn't tell Jennifer. I didn't tell Jennifer until the morning of when I was going to be working from home. I told my boss, John, I told him 2 or 3 days in advance, but for some reason I just didn't tell Jennifer. And then the morning of, she asked me, she said, did you just find out about this today? Obviously knowing that I didn't find out about it today. I knew about it a couple days. So I need to work on that. I have a new bottom line of I'm not going to wait more than 24 hours from the time that I know that I need to ask off or work from home. I'm not going to wait more than 24 hours from the time I find out to the time I'll let them know. So my challenge today for myself is I'm going to go inside. I'm going to look at my calendar and I'm going to write down and get on my calendar and on their calendars any times when I know I need to work from home or I know I need to take off. JB and I had this rule about 6 months ago, but I fell back into old ways. But it just helps because I've thought about it 20 times, this weekend about how, gosh, Matt, why didn't you just tell her? Why didn't I just tell her that I have to be home because she's got school that is only a half day on Friday and I need to be home because Megan's got 3 events? Why can't I just talk about that? So I'm working on that. I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, as Mama always says, make your contribution. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.